Amigos de Venta Canadá, muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos. Estamos transmitiendo totalmente en vivo hoy día, martes 23 de agosto, 7:06 de la tarde. Ahora sí, ya unimos las dos plataformas. Estamos transmitiendo en Facebook, Instagram y YouTube. Y estamos esperando acá que se conecte con nosotros Saurabh Bashi de Northwest College. Esta transmisión va a ser en inglés. Saurabh habla inglés, es el representante para Northwest College, que está ubicado este college en la provincia de Alberta, en la ciudad de Edmonton. Hello, Saurabh, how are you? Saurabh, we cannot hear you over on Facebook for some reason. On Instagram, we can hear you, but for some reason on Facebook, we are not listening to you.
Okay.
There, now we can hear you. We got you. I lost you again for some reason on Facebook over on this other platform. And well, everybody, I remind you that we are broadcasting totally live. Saurabh is the manager for international recruitment at Northwest College. Northwest College is located in Edmonton, Alberta. And today we're going to be discussing how you can study, work, and live and thrive in Edmonton, Alberta. Saurabh, I do not know if you can maybe talk again, see if I can hear you now.
Yeah, I can.
There, we got you. We can
Okay.
hear you now.
Okay, good.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Saurabh, for joining us. And thank you, everybody, for joining us in this live broadcast from Vente Canada. And please be reminded that this webinar will be in English, as Saurabh is the representative for Northwest College and the manager for international recruitment. Hello, Saurabh. How are you?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me for this Instagram Live and Facebook Live. And hello, everyone who has joined this session. Greetings from Northwest College, which is located in the city of Edmonton in Alberta, which is one of the western province in Canada. So thank you again, Stephen, for inviting me.
No, thank you for joining us. And I remind everybody that is joining us that this broadcast is totally live, and you can ask your questions, and we will be answering as we are progressing in this webinar. So, Rob, please tell us a little bit about Northwest College. Where are you guys located? How many faculties you guys have, and what programs can international students study there at Northwest?
Yeah, so Northwest College is one of the publicly funded community college. We are located in the city of Edmonton, which is the capital city of the province of Alberta. Our campus is located in downtown of Edmonton city, so it's very centrally located in Edmonton. We have four main faculties. We have a lot of programs in health science. We offer programs like nursing, pharmacy, interdisciplinary therapy, healthcare leadership. Even we have a nursing program for internationally educated nurses, and also healthcare leadership program for those health professional who wants to get some leadership skills. Then we have a faculty of arts and science. We offer very popular programs, some post-diploma program for bachelor graduates like addiction recovery, mental health recovery. We also have a very popular program like early learning child care, child and youth care, social work, disability studies. And then we have the Faculty of Business, Environmental Science and Technology, in which we offer programs like Business Administration Diploma, because we are in Alberta. So Alberta is home to oil and gas sector in Canada. So Alberta produces 90% of Canada's oil, 60% of natural gas. So we have program like environmental technician, energy management for people who want to work in energy sector, environmental sector. And also we have a program called machine learning analyst, which is one of the upcoming field here focused on artificial intelligence, machine learning. And then we also have some program for teachers who wants to become an English teacher here in Canada. And then we also have foundation programs like ESL if students need to improve their English prior to getting into our program. So we have those programs, academic upgrading program for high school courses. So the list goes on. I'll not talk about all the programs. So there's a huge list of programs. We have roughly around 40 programs. And just two things I want to highlight. One is all our programs are in-demand program because we are a community college. So in community colleges, we match our program to the local labor market needs. So whatever programs we are offering, there's a high demand, and students can find job in the local central Alberta region. And also, our programs are applied programs. They are practicums. So students are not only just getting education; they are getting some experience on top of education, and we are making connections of student with the prospective employer. They're going and working in those practicums, so there's a very high employment opportunity after that. And one last thing to highlight, our graduates employment rate is roughly around 95%. So 95% of our students are able to find jobs. So this is just a quick summary of Northwest College, the programs, and the employability for the students who graduate from those programs.
Excellent, excellent. And thank you for this information, Saurabh. Now, I have one question here, and I have two questions now. First, what are the requirements for students what are the registration requirements or the enrollment requirements for international students there at your college?
Yeah, we have two main requirements like any other college. One is the English language requirement. So for most of our programs, we accept IELTS, we accept TOEFL, and we also accept Duolingo. So students can also give Duolingo exam for example, for our business programs, we accept Duolingo of a score of 105, IELTS score of 6 with no band less than 5.5. Some of our health programs and community study program, we accept IELTS of 6.5 with no band less than 6. We also accept Duolingo 115. But again, if a student cannot meet our language requirement, we have a bridging program, which is a pathway program within the college. So students can do ESL courses first, and they can then get into the program. And through that pathway, we give a combined offer letter to the students. So students will have a confirmed seat in the program once they complete their ESL. And then we also have academic requirements for that. For most of our diploma and certificate programs, we need student to be high school graduate in their own country. Some of the programs like post diplomas and other, we need a bachelor's or a diploma in the relevant field. And so it varies from program to program. So those are the two main requirements, I would say, English language and the academic requirement. And that again varies from program to program.
Super. Thank you very much for this information. I have a question here from Anna Austria, and she's asking, what's the best option you have for people who already belong to the oil and gas sector?
Yeah, so people who are from oil and gas, we have program called Energy Management Diploma. So this program is for those students who want to work as energy consultants, energy managers, energy auditors in oil and gas sector. So this is more focused on renewable energy because in Alberta, there's a lot of jobs now in that sector. In this program, we also have practicum. So students can also get some practicum. Again, it's not guaranteed, but students can still apply. And if they get a practicum, they could go for a 4 months paid internship in a company. They can acquire that skills. And this is again a new program, very in demand program. And you can explore going on our website at northwest.ca, and you can search for energy management diploma.
Super. Thank you very much. I have another question here from somebody from our audience, and she's asking, what is the age limit in order to take a program, an education program, higher education program there with Northwest College?
Yeah, so the age limit is mostly 18 because most of our programs have practicum. So students have to be not minor, they have to be major. So in or adult, you can say. So for in order to be an adult, the age of adult here in Alberta is 18. So 18 or above, there is no higher limit. But the I would say the minimum age is 18 because otherwise, if you're below 18, you cannot go to the practicum sites. You cannot go in companies and get on a placement practicum. So you have to be 18 or above.
Excellent. Now, I have another question here from Anna Austria, and she's asking, how long is your program? How long does your program last for energy management? But perhaps you can give us a brief description of what types of programs you guys have at Northwest College and the length of
Sure.
time that they take in order
Okay.
to to receive that degree.
Okay. So most of our diploma programs, and energy management is one of our diploma program. That's a 2-year program. And then we have 1-year certificate programs as well. Those are 1 year. Then we have post diploma certificate. Those are 1 year as well. So our programs are maximum 1 or 2 year program. We offer short programs, in demand program, as I mentioned before, and programs with practicum. So yeah, you'll be done in energy management in 2 years, and all our programs are eligible for post graduation work permit if you're looking for that afterwards, because we are a public institution. So all our programs are eligible for post graduation work permit.
Super, thank you. I have another question here. What is the area with more demand in Edmonton? Do you know something specifically?
Yeah, so there are a lot of jobs. So Edmonton and Alberta, which is the central Alberta, I'll talk about the economy of central Alberta. That's exactly the location we are located in. So there are a lot of jobs in Alberta in healthcare. So the largest employer in terms of jobs is Alberta Health Services. So that's why we have a lot of programs in health. We also have a lot of programs in community studies, which is mainly arts and science or humanities field. So there are a lot of jobs in that. There are also a lot of jobs in retail and wholesale trade, and that's common all over Canada, not just in Edmonton. You'll find jobs in retail and wholesale. Also, there are a lot of jobs in environmental and energy sector, and that's the program we offer. In terms of business, yeah, we have a lot of jobs in Edmonton area in human resource management, and a lot of students take that specialization when they're picking business program because there's a shortage of human resource professional. Accounting is an evergreen field here, so also a lot of students pick accounting and finance. And then we also have a new emerging IT sector here in Alberta, and a lot of jobs now are on more on the emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science. So that's why we have a program which is focused on that. So our programs are kind of reflective of the labor market because we match our programs with the labor market needs. So all our programs are in demand, and the students can find job after they graduate in the central Alberta region.
Excellent. Thank you very much for this, for answering this question. Now, I have another question from Paola Andrea Lozano, and her question is, good afternoon. Do you have any health programs? You mentioned, but briefly, could
Sure.
you tell us what kinds of programs a student can take there at Northwest College?
Yeah, so again, the programs that we have, as I mentioned, is reflective of the demand in our local economy. So we have a lot of jobs for nurses. So we have two programs for nurses. One program is for high school graduates. Other program is for bachelors of nursing graduates. We also have a lot of jobs here in pharmacy. So we have a program called pharmacy technician. We also have programs in therapy. So we have interdisciplinary therapy, which is focused on occupational physio, speech, and recreation therapy. We have a program in recreation therapy. And then we have a healthcare aid program here, which is a very high demand right now. So we have a 1 year healthcare aid. We also have a healthcare leadership program as well for those health professionals who want to go into the leadership roles. So these are briefly, and also we have allied health programs like mental health recovery and addiction recovery for those students who have health background, psychology background, sociology background. They can get into that. And we also have one program I highlight, disability studies. So that's also allied health, which is mainly for those students who want to work with people with disabilities like autism children, dementia, Alzheimer patients. So again, that's a challenging profession, but it's very rewarding, and there are a lot of jobs in that field.
Super, thank you. I have another question here from somebody from our audience, and they are asking if the college has any residences or any recommendations as to where to live.
Yeah, so we do not have a residence because our campus is in downtown. It's a premier property, but we do have an international settlement advisor. So when you come to Norquest, then we will help. That person will help you in accommodation. And just one thing I want to point out for Edmonton. Edmonton is a big city. It's a population of 1.5 million. There are only six big cities in Canada which have more than 1 million population, but it's one of the most affordable big city in Canada. So the cost of living in Edmonton is pretty much very less. If you compare with Vancouver, Toronto is around 50% less. And there are a lot of availability of accommodations in downtown, and it's very affordable accommodation. And we can guide you when you're at that stage. You're looking for accommodation option. That person can guide you in terms of the accommodation options.
Thank you. Could you provide an average cost for a rental, perhaps for a student? Perhaps you could do a rental room and or a one bedroom apartment, just so we can understand the difference in cost.
Sure. So a fully furnished one bedroom apartment in downtown Edmonton, if you want to live like king size, it's roughly between 900 to $950 per month.
What?
Yes. So 900 to 950 per month. And
Wow. Fully
yes,
furnished.
fully furnished. Yes,
Okay, that because in Toronto that would be at least over the 2,500 to $2,600, 2,600, $2,600
dollars.
dollars a month. So
Yes.
that is a big difference.
Yes, so that's a big difference. If you want to share your cost and then live in a shared accommodation with your friends or something, yeah, then you can look. A one bedroom apartment here cost roughly around 850 to 900. If you're looking
Wow.
for a two-bedroom apartment, this is roughly between 1,000 to $1,200, depending on where you're looking for the apartment.
Excellent. I have another question over here. How is the life cost in Edmonton? Because I guess we're getting a couple of questions about the cost of life in Edmonton, Alberta. It's a province. We do not have that many institutions from Alberta, and this is one of the first times that we have an exhibitor or an institution from Edmonton. So this is really refreshing.
Yeah, definitely. So the cost of living in Alberta is very less. So Alberta is considered one of the most affordable province in Canada, and the reason behind it because it has the lowest taxes. So Alberta has only 5% tax. So I'm just comparing it with other provinces like Ontario has 13%, and then other provinces, BC also have around 12 to 13%. So it's very low. The cost of living here is overall very less, as I mentioned, in terms of accommodation. The taxes are low. So taxes low means everything you're buying here, it's going to cost you less. So overall, the cost of living here in Alberta is very less. And also on the other side, the income wise, it's one of the highest, I would say, paid province. So the incomes here in Alberta is very high and the cost of living is very, very less. So you get best of both worlds.
Thank you very much for that. I have another question from Tina Val, and she is asking if she can come to study English in Canada without having a high English level. Now, does Northwest College have any language programs for the students like Tina?
Yeah, we have one of the largest ESL program in the province of Alberta. And not only we teach international students, we also teach new immigrants who come. So we do teach ESL level, I would say, from an IELTS level 4.5 to IELTS level 7. So we call it lower intermediary to a high level. And also students can get into our bridging program, as I mentioned before, if they are doing the ESL to get into our program. But if they're just coming to improve their English and go back to their home country, then they can take our ESL intensive program. But if they're looking to do ESL to get into our program, then it's better they take the bridging pathway program. So in that way, they have a confirmed seat in the program once they complete an ESL. So yes, the answer is yes. They can come and do at a lower intermediate level, which is roughly IELTS 4.5.
Super. Thank you very much. I have another question. What is the minimum language requirement for higher education programs?
Yeah, so the higher education, it varies. So for our business programs, it's mostly we need an IELTS score of 6 with no band less than 5.5. Our Duolingo, we also accept Duolingo score of 105. For our health programs, community study program, machine learning, environmental science programs, we need an IELTS score of 6.5 with no band less than 6. We also accept Duolingo or Duolingo score of 115. And then again, as I mentioned before, if a student does not meet our IELTS or Duolingo requirement, they can come into our bridging program at a lower level and then they can improve their English and then they can enter into the program.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I have another question here from Wusil, and they are asking, what is the minimum wage in Alberta? What is the minimum wage in Alberta?
Yeah, so the minimum wage, so Alberta has the second highest minimum wage in the whole of Canada. It's around $15 an hour. But on top of minimum wage being high, the taxes are less. So that really helps. So even if your wages are higher, but taxes are higher, it does not help you in your income. So the minimum wage is the second highest, but the taxes are the lowest in Canada. So because of that, the money you make after taxes is the highest as compared to any other province in Canada.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Now I have another question. I had it here, but I believe I just lost it. And it was regarding a homestay. If you guys have homestays.
No, we don't at homestays, and I think in Edmonton, the homestays usually a lot of students don't prefer because the cost of living outside is very less, and that's the reason. Yeah, we do not have a homestay partners here, so most of our students are living in rental accommodations.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Now, I have another question here. What is the cost or the average cost for an educational program there with Norquest College?
Yeah, it varies from program to program. So I'll give you a broad range. And this includes not only tuition fee, this includes health insurance, dental insurance, bus pass, all the miscellaneous fee student have to pay. So for 1 year, I would say it varies between 17,000 to 19,000 per year for most of our program, with the exception of three programs: nursing, social work, and there is one more program that is over 20,000. So that's roughly around 21, 22,000. So those are our most expensive program, but mostly our average cost is between 17 to 19, including all the fee. If I'm only talking about the tuition fee, then that's even less because I'm adding 2,000 on top of that, the fee that student has to pay on the top of the tuition fee.
Thank you very much for that. I have another question. Can I work and study at the same time? And can my couple or significant other work at the same time that I'm studying?
Yeah, that is possible. If you are, so for example, if you come and study here in a diploma certificate programs, yes, you can work off campus for 20 hours a week and then you can study at the same time. If you're studying in an ESL program, then you cannot work off campus. Then you can only work on campus, and there are very limited options for work on campus. And yeah, for your significant other, your spouse, so if you are enrolled in a diploma program, certificate program, yes, your spouse can also work on a work permit. But if you're in an ESL program, then they cannot work because you're in the foundation program. But once you move into a diploma or a certificate, yes, you and your spouse can both work.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I have another question here from Wusil. And does your college offer any scholarships for international students?
Yeah, we do offer. So we have around $170,000 we pay in scholarship. Again, I'm repeating 170,000 in scholarship for every year. We have an entrance scholarship that's around $1,000. It's highly competitive. We look at students' previous marks, and students in all programs can apply. And then we also have a scholarship for our current students, and that is also based on their marks. Some are community-based awards. So yes, we do have scholarship of both the new students as well as the current students. And I'm talking only about international scholarship. Apart from that, we also have college-wide scholarship, which students can also apply.
Okay. And just to make it clear, students have to compete for these scholarships, right?
Exactly. Yes. And it's mostly based on their GPA or the percentage.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. I had another question here, and it was about children coming to with the parent coming as the main applicant. If their children could study for free in the province of Alberta, if that's the same case there.
Yes, it's same here. So if you are in a diploma or a certificate program, yes, you can definitely, but it's only in the public schools. But if you're going to a private school, then again, it's different. I mean, private high school I'm talking about. But if you're going to a public high school, yes, and the Edmonton School Board, you can get more information. But yes, students who come to us study in our diploma certificate programs, yes, their children can get free education in our public school boards.
Excellent. Thank you very much. What are your intake dates? What are the dates that students can start their programs?
Yeah, so our intakes, we offer all our programs in fall intake, which is September intake, which is just starting now next week. And then we also have January intake. We do offer 9 to 10 programs in our January intake, not all programs. So mostly we offer business and some health programs, some arts and science, some technology program as well in January. And then in spring intake, we also offer 3 to 4 programs. So we have three intakes. But again, most of our programs are offered in fall, and then 9 to 10 we offer in January, and 3 to 4 we offer in spring.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I am a little bit out of questions, but I will be waiting for our audience to send us some more questions. Okay, here I have one. What are the admission requirements? I think you already mentioned them, but if you could go back, you could go through them again. That'd be
Sure.
great.
Yeah, definitely. So we have two main requirements. So English language requirement. So the English language requirement is, again, we need IELTS, we need either TOEFL or Duolingo, and then it varies from program to program. So I mentioned before, like for business, it's usually around six with no band less than 5.5, Duolingo 105, and then for other programs, it's usually Duolingo 115 and IELTS 6.5 with no band less than six. And then we have academic requirement. For that, for our certificate diploma programs, we are mainly looking to our high school transcript, and it's course-based admission. So it varies from program to program. We are looking for particular courses like English, Spanish, maths, chemistry, biology you have studied. And then for our post-diploma program, we are mainly looking that you have done a bachelor's or diploma. So again, it's English language requirement, academic requirement, and it varies from program to program. But yeah, you can reach out to us and then we can share with you more information about the admission requirements.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I have another question here from Sayito Diaz, and they are asking, how can I apply for a scholarship? Now, it's very important to note that the scholarships that Canadian institutions offer are not complete scholarships. They are mainly what we would call in Latin America a discount. They're never a full scholarship, and they never cover your living expenses. You will always have to come up with your full tuition amounts and then apply for a scholarship and a discount. Am I correct, Sarab?
Yeah, that is absolutely right. Yeah, so we don't have full scholarship. So these are mostly, scholarship, which is what we call is academic based scholarship. So based on your academic performance, or we also have awards in which we are basically giving you awards based on your contribution, whether you're doing some community work, some academic integrity, and then in our case, we send you a check, so it varies. And then for entrance scholarship, we have $1,000 scholarship. For academic excellence, for our current students, we have around $2,000. And students can apply every intake for fall and winter. So it varies. And yes, it's mostly in the form of check, and it doesn't cover your living expense. You can use it towards your tuition fee.
Super, thank you. I have another question here for Busil. Are business diploma programs in high demand? And how much money does an international student need to consider before applying?
Yeah, so yes, they are high demand, and we have four specializations. So right now, if I'll have to point out which is a very high demand specialization. So I mentioned before, human resource management right now is in a very high demand because that particular profession is in shortage right now in Alberta. So a lot of students do pick human resource specialization, and also once you complete our course, you could also apply for CHIRP, which is like a certified human resource professional certification. Also, the second one I'll point out is accounting, which is what we call here evergreen specialization. There are a lot of jobs here in accounting, bookkeeping, those kind of things. And then we also have a specialization which is also getting very, very in demand right now, which is finance. So finance is a third specialization. And then we have a fourth specialization, which is management. But that depends on students. So we have entrepreneurship that's mainly focused on students who want to learn how to start a business in Alberta. If that's what you're aiming to do in the future, you can pick that specialization as well. And in terms of tuition fee, yeah, it again roughly tuition fees between $18,000 to $19,000 per year for that program, and that includes tuition fee and the other things like health insurance, dental insurance, U Pass, which is the bus pass. So all those expenses included. That's how much. But yeah, they are in a high demand if you do this specialization. And we do also in our business program, we have competitive paid internship. If you maintain good GPA, you could apply for a paid internship. And if you're selected, then you can go and work in a company for 4 months and you can get a paid internship. But again, it's not guaranteed. It's competitive in nature.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I have another question here. How much time should a student apply before the intake date? How much
Yeah,
time in advance should a student apply?
yeah, I would recommend to apply 5 to 6 months in advance because when you apply to our programs, it will take 3 to 4 weeks to get an offer letter roughly. And once you get your offer letter in 3 to 4 weeks, then probably you need a month or so to prepare your documents for study visa. And then it's taking roughly between 2 to 3 months to get a study visa. So I would say a rough timeline would be 5 months would be good to apply in advance. because you have to arrive in Canada to start your studies. So 5 to 6 months in advance is a good timeline.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. I do not have any more questions here, but I'm pretty sure we will get some more as soon as people start sending us a couple more. But please, everybody, keep in mind that Saurabh will be joining us in the upcoming Vente Canada Fair. Saurabh, you will be specifically in Bogota and Lima. Am I correct?
Yes, that is correct. So we'll be attending Vanity Canada Fair, and we will be in Bogota. So I look forward to meet you in person in Bogota. And yes, also we will be in Lima, Peru. So we'll be attending those two destinations, or we'll be there in those two destinations.
Thank you very much. I have another question here. What is the process to applying with Northwest College? Like they apply with you, they send you the documentation. How much time does that process take? How does that happen?
Yeah, so the students have to submit their application through a platform which is called Apply Alberta, which is the provincial platform to apply to any Alberta institution. And both domestic, I mean, the Canadian students and international students use the same platform. So once the application is submitted, you have to send your documents via email to us in a PDF format in one PDF. Once we get your transcripts via email, and then we will start processing the application. It takes roughly 3 to 4 weeks to get an offer letter. Once you get an offer letter, then you just have to pay $1,000 as a tuition deposit to confirm your seat. And that is in advance, you're paying your tuition fee of $1,000. And the remaining money you will pay when you arrive in Canada. So you only have to pay $1,000 tuition deposit, and the remaining money you'll pay when you come to Canada. If you get a visa rejection by any chance, then yes, you can apply for the refund, and there will be only $250 deduction as an admin fee. Rest all of your money will be refunded back. And then once you arrive in Canada, once after your visa approval, then you can pay your tuition fee semester by semester. You don't have to pay your tuition fee in one go.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that, Saurabh. I have another question from Anna. She is asking, what do you consider when accepting a student from Latin America or anywhere in the world?
Yeah, so we want, in our case, our admission is non-competitive, so it's first come, first serve. So I would say there are two main factors. One is who apply early gets the offer letter early. So apply early. That's very important to get accepted. The second thing is you need to meet our admission requirements, which is the English language requirement and the academic requirement. But if you do not meet our English language requirement or the academic requirement, as I mentioned before, you can still get into our program through the bridging program, which is a pathway program for those students who do not get admission, because we are a college. So colleges are known for accessibility. So we make sure that our admission is very accessible and students can get in. So make sure you apply early. And if you meet our admission requirement, you can directly get into the program. If you don't meet the admission requirement, you can still get in through the bridging pathway.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Saurabh. It is now about to be 7:40 p.m. over here in Toronto. I have no more questions here, so I do not know if you would like to add something before we finish this live.
Yeah, I think one more thing, two more things I'll mention. I think a lot of people, when they're choosing an institution, I think one thing they should keep in mind is that they should, definitely connect with the school. So I highly encourage you to connect with us, and we can connect you with our current students. So don't just talk and hear from me. Talk and hear from our students. So we do have a lot of student mentors. You can talk to them. These are senior students, and we can connect with them, and you can hear the experience. And we do have students from Latin America. We also have a lot of diverse student body. And also, I think the other thing just to keep in mind is the destination where you're going. What are the benefits? I already highlighted Edmonton is a very affordable destination, and plus, if on top of that, if you're looking to get your settlement options once you complete your studies, which are very favorable here in Alberta. But last thing I'll say, apply early and connect with us for any further questions. Our email is international.recruitment@northwest.ca. So you can reach out to us at international.recruitment@northwest.ca.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Saurabh. Thank you for joining us in this live webinar, both on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We look forward to seeing you and everybody that joined us tonight in the upcoming Expo Vente Canada. Thank you very much and have a good night.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Bye.
Good night. Bye bye.